not aware of my situation, and someone comes up next to me, coming up, and if the sun is over his shoulder, I may not be able to see his face, his intentions. It could be someone I know, someone I don't know. So I'm going to create distance. And if it's somebody who's walk up and grab me instead, what did I do wrong? First of all, I wasn't looking around to see who's there. You got to be prepared. Always be aware of your surroundings. That is number one. If you're aware of your surroundings, you can see someone coming at you potentially, unless they're like a ninja, just pop up. Poof, smoke, they're there. That's Hollywood, but there's some technique to that. Whenever someone's at a distance, you need to decide whether you need, what's up, how you doing? Greet them. See if there's something, maybe they just need some money. Maybe just need some help. Maybe they have a injury or something, and you don't want to necessarily, they come up on you, take them down and break the neck or whatever. But there's a lot of different possibilities and things that you can do to keep yourself safe and minimize damages to yourself or to someone who may be totally innocent just walking up on you, unaware that they're violating your space and potentially triggering a self-defense scenario. Because a lot of these things that if come up and give me a truck from behind, hug around the neck, okay, this is going to trigger a response from me. The first thing I'm going to do is straight to the groin. Oh, come around here. First thing I'm going to do, straight palm to the groin. That makes a lot of people go, oh, they move their butt back away. What does that do to his body? Look at his alignment whenever his butt's out. He's now off balance. And I can easily bring him down many different ways. Again, please. I can also do a butt punch where I just push my butt out real fast, bringing him off balance, and then turn. All I'm doing is turning and looking over my shoulder, and it brings them over my leg and onto the ground. That allows me time to escape if necessary. Okay? There's tons of other things I can do off that. Choke again. Okay? I can also bring my hand straight out and my elbow close to my ribs as close as possible. This brings him straight in line into his ribs. You feel that? Does that hurt? A little, okay. Well, it's a distraction, if nothing else, because I can go here and step back, and he falls right over my leg again. And it still works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whether it be a butt punch, a palm strike to the groin, whether it be an elbow strike, I can do it again. I can go elbow strike on the other side. I might get lucky and hit his solar plex right here and make him go, oh! That makes it hard for him to breathe. His diaphragm will spasm and make it hard for him to breathe. He'll be thinking about that. Meanwhile, I'll just drop my arm, turn around, and I can take him down that way. There's many different ways that you can get out of that type of a choke. Now, I want y'all to pair up, and we're going to do these techniques. Just being aware is half the battle. So just keep in mind, anytime you're out of your vehicle or personal space, your home or safe area, even in your house, you want to be aware personally, because someone could sneak in and you don't know. There's tons of stories of that too. Phones are a distraction. So he's going to run up on me again. And I caught it out of my eye because I was being aware. and I just threw my arm up. Where I decided
Right.
Good thing it was here instead of here, because the farther away from your center, the more energy you have in the technique. So if he's coming at me, and if he's this close, it's going to feel much harder than if it's this close. Same thing for same thing if he has a glove and attack me. If I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to come in and try to get as close as possible. And I can take a strike here as opposed to here. If he struck me this far away with a full swing, it's more than likely going to break my arm, either my radial or medial bone. But the closer I get to his center, the less energy there is being transferred. So, swing again. I try to get it as close as possible. Then I can counter or tie it up, take it away, and give him a trade back. Okay. We're doing this example in a second. All right, a front attack, front ambush. I'm just staying here. Okay. Being situational awareness again. He's approaching at me, and I'm not sure what he's doing, so I'm going to put my hands up. Okay? Like, hey, what's going on? Now, one more step back and then take a swing. Just putting my hands up can diffuse a strike tremendously. Okay? Then, from here, I can strike with the palm to the chin, drive it up and back, palm to the nose, fingers to the eye. It works, doesn't it? I can clothesline him with the webbing of my thumb here. That hurts, doesn't it? It doesn't take much at all. And I can drive it down to the ground very easily. You'll remember these. I've had all these techniques done to me, and that's how I remember them so well. Like, wow, that's worked so well. I remember that. These different techniques that I'm using, these joint locks, he came in to choke me, and I turned it around on him because he gave me a weapon that I can use against him, his own arm. So here, I'm holding his elbow. I'm also twisting his wrist at the same time, and I can make him stay where I want him to. Okay? There's also techniques. I'll step over. Anybody else got anything for me? That trapped his arm into place, and his body couldn't move because he was in too much pain, right? Very convincing. Okay, so this next technique, someone's going to rush up. It's an ambush. They're going to choke, and you're going to do that same technique that we worked on in the very beginning of the class that Mr. Dave demonstrated, two-hand choke. Go ahead. I'm going to bring the hands up, together, push in together. That helps release some of that choke. I step back, bring the elbow over, trapping the arm, and then the hand or the arm on top, I can stand and continue to control, and I'm pressing the back of his hand back toward his elbow. Okay? Let's work on that.
If everyone would sit right there, right over there on the floor, you get to sit down for a minute. Dave will make you stand all day. I'm going to let you sit down for a second. And Paul, you're going to have my uki.
Okay.
I trust Paul. I've been throwing him around for years. He's the most durable guy I know. Okay. I know I look absolutely ridiculous. Okay. I've got every kind of weapon you can name on me, and a gun in my pocket. forward. I'm all loaded up and ready to go. The problem is, in the real world, I don't get to carry all this stuff with me. No, not sorry, but no. In the real world, I don't get to carry any of this with me. Nothing. That's where we are going to learn to adapt everyday tools, things that you have on you, things that you have with you, things that you can learn to carry with you to defend yourself and use for defense. So I'm going to get rid of my real weapons. Now, I taught weapons for years, and I also took weapons for years. And people ask me, well, when you do weapons, you can't really use them on the street, so why do the weapons? Well, for instance, the chucks. You're developing coordination, fast twitch muscles, not to mention being able to equally use both hands. And just coordination alone is well worth it. You'll learn to do fancy stuff like that, which is absolutely useless. But the point being is, my dexterity and hand-eye coordination on both hands is through the ceiling from years of doing this. I'm ambidextrous. I can use either hand to do anything I want, except for handwriting. It's bad with both hands. But your glasses can be used for self-defense. And I'm going to show you in a minute. And again, we'll get up and try this one. At the very end, we're going to get up and do two things. And I'll show you what they are in a little bit. Mr. Paul, would you come up? So I'm wearing my sunglasses, minding my business. Maybe I'm at the beach chilling or whatever. And he comes up and he grabs me by the throat. And he's choking the life out of me. Now, the good thing with a front choke is as long as I can hold my breath, which the average person is about 30, 40 seconds, I'm good. So I don't need to panic. So he's choking me. I'm going to face him and square him up a little bit. Once I do that, these hands, guess what? These babies are free. I can do all sorts of stuff with my hands. The problem, what most people do when they get choked, he's choking me, look what I do. You know what that makes him do? Squeeze the hydrant harder, because now he's losing his grip. I'm telling him he needs to squeeze harder. I don't want to tell him that. I raise my hands up like I'm surrendering. I grab my glasses from my face, and I drive them as deep as I can into his eye sockets. Now remember, he's trying to choke me. We're not just having a disagreement. We're not, two drunk guys at a football game, that can barely move, fighting each other because he's a fan and he's a fan. Those guys, they'll sober up and be friends. This little guy was trying to choke the life out of me. He's grabbed me by the neck, he's choking me. So there's my sunglasses right there. He grabs, and again, I just raise the hands like I'm surrendering. I grab, turn, drive them into the eye sockets. Now, let's say he's grabbing me in a bear hug around my waist. So he comes up behind me and he's got me in a bear hug. Again, I'm wearing my glasses. I can take them, fold them up like this, jam them into the back of the hand here, or turn, jam them into the groin. Like that. I'm going to zoom out.
Not your prescription ones either.
Well, those are broken things. I don't care. I can use any of these. We'll do. But Paul is, let's say he's coming at me with a stick or something. I've got to, and again, as he says, he comes with that baseball bat. I close on him. Whoop! Carotid artery. He's going to bleed out. I can go straight into the eye socket. Okay? I can go into the lungs, into the ribs. Now, these are cheap plastic ones that I bought online, but my good ones over there is metal. So if I stick you with it, you're getting stuck. And I could have put it right. See how fast I broke it off? Happened in a second. So if you have a pair of glasses, you're armed. You're ready to go. And that's just a few examples. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Appreciate that. And these are being done in no particular order. You like that see-through, huh? Fancy. Now, umbrella makes, again, we live in Florida. So if I walk through the airport with an umbrella in my hand, no one's going to think anything about it. I can walk in the mall, even on a sunny day, because it rains anytime. Now, I know we all love our tiny little umbrellas, the little fancy ones. They're useless. You could use them like a baton, but this thing allows me, if he comes at me, let's make it a little. I'm going to give Paul a chance here. He's coming at me with a knife. Well, now, look, I'm creating distance here. And even though he's got the knife, the superior weapon, I have reach. And I'm jamming at his face. Bang. I can hit his hand. And if I hit his hand harder, he's going to drop Then I can reach up, hook the head, boom, bring the knee up, and there you go. I can also open the umbrella. This is brand new, so I don't even know how it works. But I can open the umbrella and use it as a shield. I can push it. See, sounds silly, but he's stabbing at nothing. While he's stabbing, boom, I just kicked him in the groin. And I'm deterring him, and the end's going into his face, and I'm pushing him away. It's a shield. So something as simple as an umbrella. See, I can't even unlock it now. Technical. But it's just like using a bow, a staff that you would use in martial arts. So again, I can use it here, I can block here, then I hook here, disarm me, and now I can sit on him, go up around his neck. I can simply push it to the base of his spine, tell him not to move, please don't move. Wait for help to come. And we did not rehearse any of this, by the way. This is not choreographed, rehearsed. He just went that way because he had to go that way, because it had his wrist. All right, let me continue on here. Oh.
Mr. Jacob, if someone that's trained with a knife,
Well,
I'm just curious.
Here's the thing with a knife. I'm going to tell you right now. Here's my best defense for a knife.
No, I'm curious, how would they attack?
Well, I'm going to show you in a minute. But if I see a guy with a knife, come at me. And I happen to be pretty fast and I get good endurance. I can go a long way. So my chances are I'm going to get away from him. Because a knife is a dangerous situation. But
A knife fighter.
I know how to fight with a knife. Problem with a knife fighter, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see my knife. My knife's going to be right here. And it's not going to be this size. It's going to be half that size, razor sharp, and it's going to fit into the palm of my hand. The tip will stick out right there. He won't even see it. It'll just be done. 2 quick stabs. But that's 1 out of 1,000 people that knows how to use a knife. Probably more than that, actually. That actually knows how to use a knife. Most of them are. And usually they're using some knife they haven't sharpened in 10 years, so it probably wouldn't cut butter anyway. So again, we'll leave this here. We might need this. And then get my other stuff. Okay. I'm at the Y. I'm doing my workout. Okay. Go out to the car. Got my towel around my neck or over my shoulder. That's where I always keep it. And all of a sudden, he jumps out and says, "Give me your wallet." I step back with my towel here. Go ahead and come at me.
It's okay.
I meant to do it light. I did that super light. Imagine if I did it harder.
Yeah.
That was the face. That's why you ball. You go in the groin. I didn't think so. Or if he swings the punch, I can block it here. As I block it here, now I can tie the arm up. Boom. I brought the elbow in, bringing him down to the ground. Real simple. Okay? If he comes with an overhead strike, like a knife, you don't have to have it. I can block here. As I block here, I lock it up. Pull him down, pull the knife away from him. Step over the head, remove the knife, break the wrist. Start it with a towel. Or simply, he's coming at me, boom, throw it in his face. And I run. I get out of there. You're parking your car, you're at the gym, throw it right in his face and run as fast as you can. Just get out of there. Usually, attackers, the bad guys, what they want you to do, they want to come up to you like he comes up to me. They want me to be scared to death, crying, laying on the floor, and doing that. When he comes up to me and does it, I go, ah! And I stand back like that and get in the stance and get my weapon loaded. He's usually going to go because he's like, wow, I want their money, or I want them in the back seat of my car. This is not what I want. I don't want to get caught. This person's crazy. This guy's crazy. This chick's crazy. I'm getting out of here. It's all your attitude. You know, if you act scared and look at the floor, they're going to know you're afraid. If you look them dead in the eyes and say, okay, come on, I'm having a bad day, bring it. They're going to think twice. They're going to go, wow. Oh, now,
It's going to be a fight.
you can use any kind of bottle, water bottle at the gym. The metal bottles work great. And here's a little tip for you. So I get out of the gym or wherever I am. I'm up to my car. I'm unlocking my door. Or I'm right up with the door and I'm doing my clicker thing so I can do that. First of all, have your phone in your pocket. These guys kill me. Got a water bottle here, got something over this shoulder, and they're taking a couple more selfies and they walk right out in traffic. It's like, I know you're beautiful, but the world can live without 500 selfies of you in one day. You don't need them all, okay? So keep your phone put away. Anyway, I'm walking along, got my water bottle. When I get up to my car, as I'm doing stuff, I'm actually looking in the window of my car. There's a reflection. I can see behind me. I know that he's behind me. If he comes up to me, let's say he grabs me from behind in a bear hug, my water bottle. Wait! Oh, that's going to hurt bad. I hit him twice in the groin with the water bottle, stomped the heck out of his foot, stepped back, boom! Both hands, and you can pretty much call the wagon for hitting. He's going nowhere. Water bottle. And if it's full, it's even more deadly. Oh, well, that thing doesn't matter if it's full or not. I like it lighter, faster and quicker. But a water bottle. So when you leave the gym, put your towel on your shoulder, arm yourself. Get your water bottle in your hand, make sure you have a good grip on it. Put your phone and your stuff away. Be aware and alert of what you're doing. Because, as they said, I always say I wish we all had a little electronic gadget. That when you're in a safe area, a safe space, it's green. But as you start to go in areas that might be at risk, it starts to beep at you. And it turns yellow. And then it turns red. Well, you have to recognize those things yourself. You have to look at it and go, okay, I'm a freshman in college. It's dark outside and I'm going to the parking garage. That's red light. That's when you go back outside and you get your friend and say, hey, would you walk to the car with me? Attackers don't like to attack two people. Just using common sense. Go out there by yourself and put yourself at risk. So again, being alert, being aware, being armed, being ready is super important.
One interjection real quick regarding these flimsy plastic water bottles. They're excellent in that the back end goes to the groin and it covers a lot of area, and this part works real good in the eye.
As long as the lid's on, even if it's empty, it will hold its shape. You'll eventually break it, but not before you do a lot of damage. And if it's full of water and the lid's on, it's going to take a while before it breaks. Somebody famous said the pen is mightier than the sword. Anybody know who said that? And it's not Winston Churchill. Everybody says Churchill said that. He may have said it, but it was a famous author. Nope, I'll let you guys look it up. Who?
Mark Twain? No.
No, you guys can look it up later. I know who it is, but I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, the pen is mightier than the sword. I can have my pen right here. Okay? And again, it comes up to choke me. My pen's here in my front pocket. I just take that pen out, and I have the cap on right now. But that cap's pointed right there into the throat. Okay? I put it in this nerve and just drove it down there. Okay? Once I drove it down there, I put it to the outside, turned it over, stuck it to the groin. It's an ink pen. I can take this in this plastic, it won't even set off an alarm. Like there's a lot of places I go. I can't, even if you have a carry permit, there's places you go like sporting events, go to a USF football game, you're not taking your weapon in with you. You're not happening, not taking your knife in with you. They'll take it from you and put it, you'll never get it back, by the way. You can't take anything in with you. They will check you. They take the little electronic thing and rub it all over you. My ink pen, it won't even set it off. It's right there in my front pocket all the time. The workout towel I told you about, you can take one in with you. Take your USF towel. Oh yeah. They're gonna let you walk right in with it. But there's your weapon right there. Your umbrella. More than likely you can take your umbrella in with you. I'm not sure about it, I bet you can. So, those are things you can take with you. Because people always say, I don't need something because I have a carry permit. Well, good luck there. You don't have it with you all the time. Oh my gosh. I saw the knife in my pocket. How did that happen? Things like flashlights. Oh, cool, huh? That's for my Frisbee golf. I play at night and it glows. So I light it up and it looks like an alien going through there. It's really cool. It's fun. Anyway, but a flashlight would work too in the palm of your hand. See how hard that is now? Okay? Just like that. I could hit to the head with it as it came in. I could block. I could strike to the groin. And if it was a real flashlight and it was nighttime, boom! I hit him in the eyes with the light. I wait till the last second, I turn it on, I stick it in his face, and I light it up. And I got one this size it's one of those you buy online. It's a torch. It's only this big, but it's a torch. If I light it up, you'll go blind. And just in the face, and once you blind them, boom, takes a second for their eyes to recover, and you've just defended yourself. And again, that's something you can carry in your front pocket that you have in there. Let me see what other toys I have before we get up.
Don't forget the vital areas, the eyes, whether it be the top of your water bottle, the eyes, the pen. Mr. Jacobs was talking about using the pen. Put your thumb on the back. That way it doesn't slide through when you go to hit somebody. Put the thumb on the back, and it's going to go into their arm.
Okay. So, he's back there somewhere. And again, what he talked about is being aware. I look at him, and he's coming at me looking pretty mad. I'm going to take my jacket off right away. And I have my jacket in my hand. So now I've already put myself in position. And let's say he does come and swing at me. He swings at me, I'm blocking with the jacket. Locked up the arm again. Push him down, boom. Bring the knee up, stand him back up. Take him down there, bring the knee into the face. And the whole time, I've got the jacket there. Not to mention, I won't do it to you again, but I can hit you in the face with it. I can just, boom, flip it out into your face. I can go there. And if a guy does have a knife, and I think he can use it, I'll wrap this thing around my arm really good, and now I have something to block with. He still might cut me, but I can take a cut on the wrist, or the forearm, or the fingers. I want to protect my vital area. Oh, I definitely want to do that. So I can block with it. There, or if he had a club or a stick or something too, I can block with it. But just something like a jacket, boom, makes a good weapon. I can block there, then of course step in with the elbow, boom, hit to the knee, the groin there. Anytime someone has a weapon though, you always attack the weapon. So let's say I have nothing at all. He's coming at me with that knife. I'm going to close. I don't care if he punches me in the back of the head with his fist. My goal right now is to attack that weapon. So I'm going to hold that weapon, attack the weapon, move in close. Maybe I can disarm, which I was able to. Now I can go here, here, and no, I'm not allowed to do that on the street. If I cut you on the street like that, I'm going to jail. Okay? Because I've already disarmed him. So, law enforcement, you can't do that either. Military, you can't. I teach combatives in big space. They play by a different set of rules when you combat. But other guys can't, they can't do that. Now, let me have that back.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm forgetting my favorite one. You guys saw me earlier with my chucks, spinning them around. Back up a little bit. So he's coming at me. Oh, I'm going to give you a weapon. Give you a knife. That could give you a gun. You saw how fast I got my belt off. And that's no special tactical belt. It's probably Walmart. It's definitely Walmart. But now, look what I got. I grab it here and here. Come on, Paul. Come on. And if he's brave enough to come at me, I can block it here. Push it here. Boom. I'm going to step back. Boom. I hit him with the end of it. Then I bring it back over the head. I'm not going to do it. And then I catch him in the ear with it. And that, let me tell you. So when you're shopping for belts, I know you want to be stylish. Get something leather.
And durable.
Durable, strong. And with a nice, it doesn't have to be the rodeo belt buckle, okay? That's taking it a little far. You'd have a hard time getting that off and lifting it. But that is perfect. And you saw how quick I got that thing off with it. I can choke with it, I can throw with it, I can do a ton of things with it. Not to mention, I'm going to stand back here. Woo! If I get your groin or your face like I did earlier with this, in a whipping action, it's going to work. Okay? And again, I have spent, as I talked about earlier, trained and untrained. I've spent hours in my karate school just taking this belt and slapping it on a bag and learning how to hold it and maneuver it and play with it. So if you have things you want to use, play around with them. Take an ink pen, move it around in your hands. Learn to flip it this way, learn to flip it this way. Learn to turn it. Learn to have dexterity with the things you're going to do. But what I will say is once you learn dexterity with one thing, You're just putting a different weapon in your hand. The dexterity won't change. Nothing changes there from that position. All right, now we're all going to get up. We're going to get partners. I want everybody to come get some sunglasses. And you get to keep these, by the way. They're going to grab. First thing you do is this. I'm going to raise my hands up. You can even talk to them. Hey, I don't want any trouble. I'm going to reach up. I usually get my fingers under, grab them. Oh. And that's where it takes time. That's where you practice at home. Flip them over, drive them out. Please don't poke each other in the eye. Go ahead.
Or yourself.
Okay? First thing I want to do is just give them a little shot to the groin. When I do that, I'm going to take my hammer fist right here, and one side only. I'm going to slam it into the lens as hard as I can. That lens is going to break, and it's going to smash back into his eye, and it's going to make a mess. And I'm going to, as I said earlier, when do I quit smashing? I quit smashing when he's no longer a threat. So I bang, 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 5 or 6 times in his glasses. He hits the floor. I follow him to the floor and make sure that he's not a threat anymore. Okay? Don't give people space and don't give them chances. Okay?
Also, you can take the glasses away from him and
Use them as well. Oh, yeah. Here, I just pull my pin out of my pocket. It can be down in my pocket, it can be in my back pocket. Right there, I reach back, I grab it, right under the chin as hard as I can. Just straight up and hard. But we're not going to do that for real. Let's be careful. I could go there. I could go to the groin first. Now look where his head is. Right to the eye socket. Okay? So you got a lot of options here, but let's just do that one now. He's grabbing. We're going to go there. You can do the groin version. As soon as I groin him, you grab him with the hand. Oh, now. So you see my point. When you leave, make sure you're armed. I almost always have an ink pen in my pocket. I have my keys. And I don't carry a big glob of keys. I carry 3 or 4 keys to each side. That way I can hold it in my hand like this. Don't put it between your fingers. They teach that at self-defense seminars. If you hit something with it, it's going to collapse and break your fingers. So I hold a set of keys like this. I have half the keys out this side, the other half out this side. Now it's here, 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 here. I got a 2-sided weapon now. So just set your keys up where you don't have. I only have 5 or 6 keys. I don't have that many keys. I don't know why. I see some people and it's like Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, they're carrying all this weight. I'm like, what the heck? You must have a lot of money. Too many keys.
Can you also use your phone as like a
phone? We could go all day long, man. I could take a phone and stick it inside of a sock and roll it up. And I could beat the brakes off of you with it. I could also stick a handful of change in a sock. Tie a knot in it. And use it like a pair of chucks. And again, if I get you with that thing, I'll beat the brakes off of you with it. One shot to the knee and you're going down. Yes?
You can also use shoes, right?
A shoe. Flip-flop. Shoe. I brought a flip-flop. I can put a flip-flop on my hand and block it. Like if a guy has a knife. Or I can simply just strike with it. And you can get your flip-flop off that quick. Growing up, my mother, here's a true story. She was deadly with a flip-flop. And back in the day, they wore these stupid wooden clogs. And I'd be misbehaving in the backyard. My mom looked like Clint Eastwood. It'd be, she'd throw that thing across the yard and drop me like a wildebeest. Just hit me in the back of the leg. I'd be down. Yeah. So anyway, the shoe makes a really good weapon. Yeah.
A little side note with regarding to holding a pen. I talked about holding your thumb on the back. That way it wouldn't slide through. Also think about when you're holding it straight, you grip it and then you put your thumb pushing pressure on the opposite side. It helps keep it from sliding as well. It creates more friction. So whenever you're driving it in to something, it doesn't slide and become unuseful. Okay?
Most of the self-defense I like to teach are things that you can remember. 2 or 3 steps. Don't have to be right or left-handed. For a lot of them that I see people doing, it's like, wow, bad guys will even stand still for me to do all that. He's not. He's not. So you want things that are going to work. So that's what we're going to work on. A couple of really simple ones that work. We're going to start with this one. He's going to grab me from behind like this. Just by the shoulders, okay? First thing I'm going to do is protect my face. He might grab me and start wailing on me with a fist. So as soon as he gets there, I'm going to take both hands. I'm going to grab my little wrist like this. I'm going to drive it up to the ceiling. Now you'll see it already started to peel his fingers off. It's the hands are turning sideways. Now he can't touch me. And then all I'm going to do is turn and pirouette and come through. Now I've got knee strikes, I've got all kinds of stuff to do. Matter of fact, if I was doing this for real, it would be here to here, stepping in, little hip throw, and then I would go into the wrist line from there. But we don't need to do all that. My idea right now is just to get away. So I'm going here, I'm driving up. And now if he's punching at me, he can't hit me, but I'm protecting my head. See me step back a little? Step back and turn. Now watch this little ditty here. Boom! Forearm right in the face. Which is what I would do. I'm not just going to step to him. I'm going to step to him and bam! I'm going to forearm him right in the nose in the middle of his face. With that kind of force. So let's do it real slow. Raise them up. Question.
Yeah, you can also go for a headlock, right?
What's that? Well, we're going to do headlock in a minute. We're going to do that one. That's what I prepared to do. Let's do this one. Let's go. Yeah, you can go under the head for guillotine. Yes. Give this a try. You've done this one before. Where's your partner? Guys, we do a double wrist grab. And just because I want to have fun, we're going to do a cool one. Come here. Grab both my wrists. No. If I throw you, I'll let you know which direction. So he's got both my wrists. And usually what I'll do is give him a quick snap in the face with my head, or, as John would say, a good swift kick in the groin always does the trick. Okay? But anyway, so once I've done that, boom. Now he's not thinking about his arms, he's thinking about his groin, or what used to be his groin. I'm going to take this hand and just reach over and grab this hand and squeeze. So I want you to watch me. There. This hand comes loose like I taught you. So watch again. 1, 2, I grab there. Then I'm going to turn his arms. There. Now if I wanted to, you ready? I can throw him. We're not throwing each other. Okay? You have to know how to fall first. But we are going to do the release. 1, 2. Just step to the side. That side step is everything. I can just pull really hard and snap his arms up. Not going to hurt my palm. So again, I reach just over there. And when I do that, it knocks that thumb off. Watch. Pull it loose. Knock that one loose, cross it. Not hard, let's do it. Come on. Punch. Or, let's say you get tripped. And now you're in the butt. You're right there on your butt. You're on your backside. And you're like, what the heck do I do? And you got someone that wants to punch and kick you. And if they pass the guard and get around the side, they're going to sit on top of you. Or they're going to be kicking you, stomping you, and beating you into the ground. So we're going to do a little drill. I do it at my gym. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Stand up. Yes, sir. I'm going to be on the ground. Okay. So you knock me down. Right. And I'm here. And he's going to try to pass by me. I'm going to use my feet. Let's don't kick each other hard. I'm here. And my goal, I'm already posturing up. My goal is to get back on my feet again. Okay? And then once I stand up, that's great. I'm going to work back to my feet. I can either roll backwards and get on my feet again, or I can just do on base where I lift my hips up and put my leg back and stand up. But what I want y'all to work on is this movement. Head off the ground, feet in front of you. And again, I'm not doing it, but if he made an aggressive move toward me, go slow, I'd stomp him square in the groin. Stomp the top of his foot, and if he sticks his head down here, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to kick it with my feet. You're powerful here. If you ever get in this position, and someone comes at you, if you turtle up and go field position, you're dead meat. You're done. You're finished. People always ask me, well, what if they're on my back, rear naked, choking on my back? I tell you what, my back doesn't get taken very often. You know why? Because I'm laying on it. I keep my back right here. And you're not going to take my back. You're going to work really hard to take my back. Because I'm going to stay here in this position. And then later, oh my God. Let's say he does come in, man, now he could get himself in trouble. I've got him locked up. I can do a triangle from here. I can lock him. No, stand back up. Here. Paul likes to fall. Now here, see how I got his hip? Heel look. Oh, I have so many things I can get from here. You're not at a disadvantage when you're on your back. You can still kick, you can still move, you just have to get on your horse and go. Now keep your head up and your feet here. Now I really have that much of me on the ground. Less drag. If you're here, now you got a bunch of drag and it won't work. So you got to be up. My hips are even off the ground a little bit. Got to keep my big butt off the ground. Okay? All right. Get a partner. All the way around the room. Let's go.
Self-defense with 10 common assaults. So, you showed me. We did this right here earlier. I saw everything going this way, but my people were doing this with their fingers instead of this. Okay? You can't do this. You do it. But you might collapse in there. The thing on this is this. You don't just stand here and push. You've already dropped the base. You're going to get power. You're going to push through like this. That's how we want you to do it. So, go ahead again. You'll see this in Hollywood and movies. And it's one of those things where somebody's choking somebody. This is obvious if you know it. Otherwise, you just sit there and get choked. You're sitting there watching the movie and you're like, oh, he's getting choked. He's getting choked. Go ahead and work this and step through and push through. Okay? Now, obviously you're going to go gently. But I want you to do the step through. I don't want you to just stand there flat and lock me going like this. Okay? Dropping base, step through. Go ahead. Each other. Go ahead, either side. Just grab. Come along behind me. I'm walking along my own business. Why don't you go ahead and grab? Hey! Hey! So, now, you know how in class you go sit down, shut up, be quiet, listen. Yeah. I haven't heard of Ki all day. Ki, hey! Look what it did to his face. You see that? That's what it did to his sight. Right? So, plus, I don't know, you maybe not like what I ate for lunch and let you blew my breath right in his face. Is that what it was? Or was it probably oh! That would have hurt. Yell. It also add power to what you do. So, okay, so, go ahead, come again, I'll do this slowly. I'm going to grab right here, I'm going to grab my own wrist. Make a fist, grab my own wrist, and come around like this, back to my legs. Okay? Grab the other side. The way he did it is like this right here. He just controlled it. He wasn't just going to turn it. He was like, go ahead. Okay, come on. Make a fist, grab, hey, hey! All in 1, 2, I released myself, and then I've landed a debilitating elbow with his neck or his head, and then I release. I'm running that we go across the field. You got to take down, and I just sit in the book. Do this slowly. I stay in, jump, here, do this slowly. I stay in his envelope, and then I step out of his envelope. So one hand goes on the back of his head, the other hand goes underneath the bar. And I get out of his way and just launch him. Okay? So we get a little slower. And look, I got my options. I can go either side. Come on, huh? All right, so if we just line up, we can go ahead and have a person here. So just throws, he throws, and then we'll move. Emily, I think I saw your hand go up. And you want to come through, you can get back over in a second. Okay? When I do this right here, with the back end, then I'm going to come over like this. I want to bring this right here, bring him down. Emily. Now, I don't have to do it that way. I can have my option do this, and then come over like this. We got a whole new situation. But just for today's purpose, go ahead and grab again. Hey! Ki in there. This comes over. This can be an elbow there. You have elbow right here, and then down. Okay? Okay. Let me show you the technique slowly, and I'll tell you the story behind it, and then we'll work it again. Would you come behind and put a forearm choke on my neck, please? Forearm choke.
Choke him.
Okay. Now, he's got my back. He's got my throat. Things aren't looking real good for me. So I'm going to call my mother. What I'm going to do is reach up, get a little space. Then I'm going to do something he can't control. I'm going to step behind him.
Yeah.
Ooh, things are looking a little more even. Then I simply turn left. Okay. Now, let's do it again. Hey! 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 Okay. Now, give it a try. We're going to want to use mats for this for sure. Okay. Wrist grab, Lee. Mr. Lee showed you a great technique for double wrist grabs. There's something that you're standing here. Come on. Double wrist grab. What Mr. Lee showed you is really cool. I like it a lot. Here, hey! Now, how this works is this. You move it very slowly. I move inward, upward, and I'm going against his thumbs. Not just with my arms, but with my forward momentum and my body weight. So, he grabs, he wants to control me. Hey! You can't hang on. Hang on as tight as you can. Hey! It's because these guys are single digit up against. If I try to go this way, there's a lot more, okay? So we can still make that work, but if we do that way, we're going to soften them up and then bang these guys together, okay? Let them see stars and bang back with hands together. But the technique is this. Hey! That's it. Okay, so let's do this. Quick getaway. From the front, the bear hug from behind. Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want to start with? Bear hug from behind. Okay, this is not a bear hug, this is a waist grab. But hold on. If he does that, come on, let's do it. Okay? You like that?
Ooh, shark bites.
Like?
Shark bites.
These are shark bites, right? And if we can also do this right here. We can kind of reshape the landscape on his arms. Okay? We can also sidestep and punch. Yeah. We can also foot stomp, break. So we also grab a finger. There's a bunch of ways to come out. A bear hug is arms too. Okay? So it's like this right here. Gluteus punch. Then how do we come out of this? What do we do? What's that? Well, we can step around. Yeah. What else can we do?
Drop down.
Yeah. Anything else?
Bring one arm up.
Go one back.
Hey! Like so. Now, if we do something basic, really basic. Watch this. Like this. Step back. Not out. Okay? And it's after a foot stomp. So we're here. Hey! Come back. Just sitting here waiting for me. And down it goes. Now, so go ahead. Come on. You just came out bear hug like this. Hey! Hey! How's it?
Not good.
Okay, so I did it gently. Let me just show you slowly what's going on here. Come on, John.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure you want to attack him now?
He doesn't lie very well. Okay, so bear hug. What I'm going to do, if I haven't already, is drop in base. I'm going to reach up here and grab this skin on the side. Okay? I'm not just going to grab it, but I'm going to twist. Can you see this action I'm doing right here? How's that feel, John? It's a nerve attack. Okay. Then I'm going to turn like this and let him look around. Now, I have an option when I'm here to go ahead and run my knee in to his groin or his sternum. Okay? So, we're good? Would you like me to demonstrate 3 or 4 more times on John?
Yeah.
No? John. We had a student in our dojo who had studied with us for 5 months, used this technique to avoid being raped. On. Okay? my wrist. Okay, this was the position right here. When you're on the ground, most of you have balance. As soon as I do this, he's gone. Hi! Over he goes. Now, what I did, my legs were down here or up here. I'm going to bring them up here because I'm going to post. Come on, have a seat. Pin him down, okay? Let's watch what happens. This right here destroys his balance. This right here allows him, and I can add a little juice to this by, hey! Doing that. And then rolling away and getting up. Which is what he did. Yes. That kind of roll. So here we are. And by the way, it was a family friend. The rest of the family had left. And so it was somebody he knew. We talked about the 80% earlier. Go ahead, one more time. Like this. I can also bring my legs up first. But I probably do that simultaneously. Hey! Hey! Oh. I'm posting and shoving to the side. I can shove them out either side I choose. Okay? Let's do this. Come down. Hey! Push. Or like this. Come down. Larynx press as you push. Okay? Here we go. You're going to straddle me in lower back and this down. And hard, okay? Now, what happens with this, quite simply, is I'm going to destroy this person's balance again. I'm going to do that by bringing one side together, my elbow to my knee, and the other side out. So go like this right here. Look what that does to her balance. Hey! 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 And then go. Do it again. We'll do it more slowly. And watch. This right side elbow is coming down as this left knee is coming up. This arm is going up simultaneous. So it all happens at one time. Hey! 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 And then roll and get away. Now, she went up on her right hip, so these elbow strikes aren't going to the groin. But oftentimes count, but they will get to the groin. Regardless, there's going to be painful elbow strikes, so if I strike hard, you can put bone bruises on that. Yeah. Yes. Okay, we good? Excellent. We talked about this earlier. I want to show you something you can do off a handshake. It's rather, you can do something subtle like this, and he wants to go down. Okay, so how did I do that? Watch carefully. He won't let go of my hand, or I just need to have him down low so I can do my next technique. I'm going to C-clamp. I'm not going to grab up here. I'm going to grab right at the wrist. And when I do that, I'm going to make the wrist go in a direction it doesn't want to go. I'm going to do it suddenly. Now he's down here. From here, his grip is loosened. I got all kinds of options. So I can do that right here. Okay? That's one to work on. Just show you something else. I can also C-clamp, but I can do it this way. Hey! Make friends. Now here, when I'm here, I have what's called, we call it Udi Garumu Shiro. Okay? Udi is arm, Garumu is wrestle, and Shiro's backwards. From here, I can just take him down backwards. But I don't have to do that. I can just go this way. I can go see this guy do friends. Before I take him down here, or take him down here, it's a four corners throw. Any direction I want to take him. So again, handshake, smack. I do that before he has a chance to do anything. And now he's in the compromising position. Just take him straight down.
Sucks.
You see? It's called a Shiho Nagi. Shiho's four, Nagi throw. Four corners throw. So, two things to work on. This, you're going to C-clamp the wrist right at, there's a bone up here. Don't go above it. Get real, where the hand meets the wrist. And do that. John, you're going to be fine tomorrow, I promise. But tonight you might have a hard time going to sleep. All right. And the other is the smack. That turn you're allowed to do fast. Okay? If I move that slowly and he senses that's coming, turn, John. Go ahead. No, I want you to turn the other way. Turn the other way.
Turn away.
This is what happens. We're just dancing. So if I go like this and go slowly and he turns, nothing happens. That's why it's got to be smooth and quick. Here we go again. Like this right here. And out there before he has a chance to do anything. Got it? All right, so work those two, and now it's an even dozen, and we're done. So, again, smoothly, hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? You can practice all 5 of those. You can start with just doing head, get up, 1, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here you might as well go to 5. Yep. You can pick whether you hit the eyes, the nose, the mouth. I like to go for the mouth itself. Okay? 5 strike 1. Then I'll show you how we use all the other techniques. By the way, when you're done, you may keep these. I don't know what you're going to do with them, other than use them like in your wall. If I'm holding it this way right here, and I need to hold it this way, what? Now it's where I want it. So it's here, and I can hide it, like people hide knives. I need it like this, I'm good to go. Now, if I've got it like this, he throws a punch. When I block that punch, I can reach in like this and get it out. Okay? All I'm doing is stepping back. Let's move it slowly. Ready? We're up like so. Come in, block the punch, reach underneath. Do not do this. Don't do this. Or whatever else you might come up with. You're going to come underneath your arm, grab, and lock. Now, I might lock it here. I might lock it here. Wherever you lock, it's fine. If it slides a little bit, that's okay. We'll take it down to the ground. One more time, slowly, without me running my mouth. We're like so. Hey! Hey! Good enough? Works great. Yeah, very effective. And makes a little sore spot there. Like I said, you'll have a hard time going to sleep tonight when you wake up tonight. Let's go. Well, your turn.
It was great. It was a great class. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Hey, for the visualization.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Great work.